Hi everyone, it's me. Everyone breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Take my SpongeBob flip-flops off. I was cleaning yesterday and I found this old school perfume. Oof. I remember my grandma's the one that gave this one up. It's called Hot Couture. Oh, Givenchy. Baby. I didn't even mean to throw that like that. That's a good one. Hot Couture Givenchy. New signature scent. How you doing? Anybody know what's going on with Wendy? I used to watch Wendy every single day when I was in a relationship in Texas. And I love her. I do. She's got good, just, her presence. I don't like the whole gossip of it all. That's why I would never do a show like that. Somebody got to sit there blasphemies all. I mean, yeah, it's probably she's a truth speaker in her own sense, but I wouldn't want to sit there and talk about people. She probably got over that. She was probably at the end of her queendom, I'm so glad they're locking me up so I ain't got to talk about all these artists every day. Deal with my own life. When you're of a particular age, you just enough talking should be enough talking. Don't nobody want to hear all that anymore. I thought we grew up. I thought we were out of high school. Not calling you out, Wendy, but I'm sure you were over it. You know what I mean. All right. Well, today is patch day. If anybody knows what that is, it's a hormone patch. I paint when I'm on hormones, quite literally. And I just want to show you real quick my bed, because last night before I went to sleep, I busted out 2, 4, 6, 7 preparations. My next. Are we there? Are we on? Anyways, look. I busted out a couple. You see how they be trying to shut me out? Trying to shut me out. Anyways, I did that literally right before bed. Really? Oh my god. Hold on, y'all. That's how you know it's not AI. This shit is very real. Anyways, those were my, 2, 4, 6... I busted out 7 art projects last night. It's patch day. Don't look at my nails. I'm not wearing nail polish anymore, and I don't want to put nail polish remover, so I'm letting it just run off. Throat chakra. We welcome it. Anyways, I have Guatemalan coffee in there. Thanks, Mom. And some chamomile and hibiscus flowers. It's all good for you. If you look it up, look it up. No creamer. No nothing. Break out of those routines every day. Pay a patch to get a patch. Ooh, not over my heart. One time I put it over my heart. Ooh-wee. My drag mother was like, your heart, you better take that off. Hey, Robin. Moving on. And then flowers, they in the coffee, they almost taste like candied dates. They're really good. That's a good idea for the coffee. Anyways, moving on. Oh, so I just have to say something really quick. This is to all my parents out there, that are really doing it, a good parent. From a grown adult, think of me as your kid in 30 years. One could only hope they have a kid like this, right? So I'm just gonna say something to you guys. To all my moms and dads, you guys are doing such a great job. Really. Thank you for paying attention to your kids. For real. Okay. I'm done schmoozing. No, I really meant it though. You know I did. But you guys are, if nobody told you today, you're doing a really, really good job. You can only try every day, right? It's like I got a pistachio, I got a grapefruit, and I got a Katamala olive. Now I gotta make and a ramen noodle soup, and now I gotta make some shit happen real quick. Stop blowing at me. I'm magnetic to this shit. Yesterday was Indian Day. Let me tell you something. When I ate that meal that I made last night, I had to look around. I'm like, who the hell made this? I'm not even lying. I don't even toot my own horn. I eat and I stay quiet. Y'all know. I eat it, I stay quiet. And most of the time it's really, really good. Like, I'm like wondering if I'm in on this joke where my talents are like way better than I thought they were. Like, I'm over here just like, okay, I'm talented, boom. Okay, the god of art, just Aristotle, whoever, done tapped into me and, used me as whatever. And then I look at it and I busted out 8 projects last night, very creative. I made a dish last night that I never even made before, and it was, I've never tasted food like that. It was amazing. Like, if y'all could follow that curry dish, I would do it. I would do it. Or find a restaurant if they even make that. Because I don't follow recipes. I just let my creative, whatever is in charge at that moment, I just let it take control. So if you feel a little rush or something, here's the thing about talent that really gets me together. People say, oh my God, I want to be like Beyonce. I want to be like this. I want to be like, but nobody wants to put the work in for it. You know what I mean? And who's to judge who put more work in? Like, that's really none of nobody's business. It shows in the quality of work that they do, in the body of work that they do, in their accordion folder or their Rolodex from the 1900s. That's why we look at these the Tyra Bankses and the Janice, like all the old school beauties. And my sister reminds me of Tyra Banks, her body and everything. Like, I have a little big sister that I call her, my little big sister, and she's probably maybe the same height as me or maybe an inch over me, right? But she's gorgeous. I've never seen natural body like that in my entire life. When I say natural body, and I don't pay compliments. I'm not going to sit here and pay nobody no compliment. I'm not going to waste my time. Baby, that body. Huh. That's a goddess body. For sure. Moving on. And he better be whining and dining you, sister. I'm telling you, he better. Or I'm going to embarrass him when I come up on my money. Because listen, I'm going to walk into a flower shop and I'm going to say, I'll take the whole shop. Yeah, go ahead and send those over to my sister, please. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, you already know my account. And you already know. As a matter of fact, we're not even going to do fresh flowers. I might just do that just to stunt on her. And then we'll just make tea out of it or something like that and drink it for the rest of the year. Because I'm all into that plant stuff. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be like, I'm going to buy you 100 plants. All different types of orchids. And plant them in your yard for you, little sister. Like that type shit. Oh, you don't got a car? Oh, alright, hold on. I picked one out for you, but you know what? Take this car that I picked out for you, and here's a whole duffel bag. Go ahead and buy yourself what you really want too. I just thought that might match the Gucci Fendi Prada you got that I put in the trunk with you with the custom made grill and Cuban link so you could stun on them, and you got security with you. How you doing? Say I'm playing. That's what I do. That's what type of stuff, how I stunt for people. Okay? Moving on. Just think it into existence. Just speak it into existence. If you say it, mean it, feel it, think it, it'll come true. I promise. Y'all can think I'm crazy, but in a year from now, y'all are going to be studying my stuff, trying to take tips. Y'all definitely have your pen and paper ready then, right? Anyways, I want you to repeat after me, okay? And what I'm going to say is how you call back your power, but not in a negative way, okay? Okay, I'm just going to read it, and then you can follow after me if you want to. I no longer allow what you or your karma will dictate power over my future, my money, my relationships, my mental, my spirituality. I'm going to repeat it one more time, okay? And you can either think of someone in your head or it could be general to everybody. I no longer allow what you did or your karma to dictate me or hold power over my future, my money, my relationships, my mental, or my spirituality. And you can say amen, you can say so mote it be, you can say whatever the hell you want to say. Abracadabra. Abracadabra is a thing. Y'all might want to look that up. Taxes. I'm 100% doing my taxes today. Whoever needs to do their taxes, let's do them today. We're doing them together right when we hang up the phone. Okay, when we go on break. And we're going to call in and we're going to say, I want to know what's available in 2026, not 2014 when H&R Block created that program and it needs to be updated because they're stealing all of our money. Say I'm lying. Got real quiet, huh? All right. So when I was in Orlando, right? I was in an apartment. This fish, my little sister's fish is like trying to drink my coffee. Quite literally, that is so cute. She's kind of stubborn. Side eye. Anyways, moving on. So when I was in Orlando, I didn't have a kitchen, right? The apartment that I lived in didn't have a kitchen. So people wonder, like, when did this learn how to cook? When did this learn how to sing, dance, paint, act, all that? Like, this is all stuff that I was doing as a child. I'm living all of my childhood moments, right? Because society decided to put me in a box and make me into something that I wasn't. And I mean, somebody had to see that I was talented along the way. Somebody had to have seen this talent. Like, I'm looking at myself and I'm like, oh yeah, there's something else going on here. There's absolutely no way that I am still sitting here. Confirmation. Broke. There's absolutely no way. Not with all this talent that I have. So, somebody needs to look into that. Because there's absolutely either the biggest hater of my life is living under my roof, or there's no way that this talent wasn't seen. And then I look at my little sister's certificates. My sister has at least, and I'm not talking about what people are posting on their Facebook one time their whole life about their kid, about one award that they won. My sister has hundreds of awards. Hundreds. Ever since she was a little kid. And that don't make no sense to me. And then went to doctor school her whole life, and now she ain't no doctor. That don't make no sense to me. Now that it's all recollecting, you know what I'm saying? Somebody needs to look into that. If you like Clue growing up, I give you permission. Or if you got tarot cards, go ahead and look into that for me. Anyways, I allow it. Stop giving people credit for their karma. Okay? Stop giving people credit for their karma that they caused you. Okay? Because an itch might sit up here one day and you sitting here, they'll sit there and hold your hand with the rosary and prayer and can't say a Hail Mary to save their life. Right? And they be your biggest hater. Okay? Don't let them get credit for their karma. You know what you do? You don't even side eye. Baby, I could pull my hair and none of it fall out. Like, I have not one gray hair on my head because I know that I can sit with myself. When people start having real gray hair, and I'm not saying it to say it like that, but we cause it to ourselves, right? If you live in peace, love, and light, you won't have no gray hairs, okay? Or they'll at least stop for now, but it takes time. Like, it takes time to heal your body. You just really got to put in the work. And I'm not thinking that I'm better than nobody. I just found a way out. And I want everybody to find their way out too. Because what these people do, these Kardashians or whoever, they sit up on their thrones and they're like, oh no, I'm not helping the peasants. Well, baby, I came from the mud. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna help my people, irregardless. I remember a specific time, and this will be confirmed one day. It was my last week in jail, and I'm talking about when I didn't stop when I was in jail. If anybody is ever in my energy, it will really the only person in my energies right now is my mom, or anybody that's been to her house since then. But my energy is fire. Okay, I don't stop. I knock out at night. That's how tired I am because I don't stop. Okay, so when I was in jail, they'd seen that because I just keep going until I pass out. Well, one time they invited 3 of us. They were having a potluck dinner. It was like a holiday because I haven't had a birthday with anybody in years. I spent my birthdays, Christmas, all the holidays, minus this year. This year was the first Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's here at my mom's house, and it was me and my mom. And when I tell you, they all went up for me in the holidays, and why people thought they were doing something bad to me while I was in jail, those were the best holidays I've ever had in my life with those people. And I'm not even gonna lie. You know what I mean? Like that's how you find real brotherhood or real sisterhood, is struggling together when all the odds are stacked against you. So, hold on, I'm off the track. They had this whole potluck dinner, and they invited three of us to come in there and clean. Afterwards, and they're like, "Well, you can keep we're gonna turn a blind eye, and y'all can go ahead before you throw it away. Eat on our scrap. Eat on the quesadilla, and that's a golden ticket in jail. And say I'm lying. I put that on my grandma's bones. Okay, that I ain't lying about this. So the other 2 guys, which were the other 2 dope guys, right? The 2 plugs from different pods, and then it was me, right? And there was 3 of us in there. Everybody's dragging their feet to do it, to get together and to walk out the room, and they're like doing this whole thing where they're like, wait, we have to watch guard, make sure warden's gotta come in and eat, la 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 la. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at that food. I had already had my goulash, my little ramen noodle soup, bread, peanut butter and jelly up underneath my bunk that and my Bam Bam and Skittles had theirs, and they was waiting for me to go clean and come back, and we was going to eat as a family. You know what I'm saying? So I went over there, and I went over to the lady, and I was like, what do you need me to do? And she's like, no, like, we're going to break the rules, and we're going to do it like this, and la 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 la, don't. And so I said, well, what's the job that needs to be done? She told me the job. I did it. I handed her my work, because you have to turn in your work tools. I turned in the broom and the dustpan, and I said, am I done here? She goes, what aren't you understanding? You guys are having dinner there. And I was like, no, I'm going to have dinner with my people. And yeah, that arroz con gandules that the Spanish person in Florida made from, smelled good. And yeah, that pernil over there and the mini tacos and that pizza, it was like a pilgrimage potluck. Baked beans and stuff I haven't seen in a whole 6 months. Yeah, that ish looked good. Yeah, it did. But I'm nobody's effing peasant. And I went back. And this is how people will test you, how the universe will test you. I went back. Bam Bam and Skittles already ate. On my food that I had cooked for us, my dime, which I didn't really care. Food ain't nothing to nobody. Like, it shouldn't be. If you're controlling somebody over their food, like, you really need to get your priorities in order. So I sat there and I ate my goulash myself. And then I seen all them people that I turned down, all the workers come in like effing SWAT to search me. because they thought I stole something. And I looked at that lady, and she looked at me in my face, and she said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I took my food, and I was embarrassed. I mean, there was 160 of us in the room. I took my food. I let a tear out of my eye, and while I was embarrassed, I ate it. These two itches went to sleep because they were my biggest haters anyways. I only told them what I wanted the news to know. They treated them like the plain deal, like I was running the show, because I was running the show. And I learned the biggest lesson of my life. Can't nobody break you that you don't let break you. I wasn't broken. I sat up there. I grabbed my book of the day, right? Because I read a whole book a day. I didn't want to talk to nobody in there. I held my transgender card just to block mother effers from talking to me. I wore that with pride because I wouldn't even want to associate. And if you want some, come get some. Like, I promise you, I don't care win, lose, or draw. You're getting a run for your money. And that's how I roll back then. That's not who I am now. I can ground myself and I don't have to fight nobody or nothing like that. But when you're in situations like that, sometimes you got to do shit that you ain't proud of, right? Until you stop doing the shit that you ain't proud of and stand up for the things that you are, which is yourself. And that's how I made it through that lesson. And I'm not saying that for petty or nothing, but that's a strong